What's up, everybody? I'm Jessie Best, spelled Jes period, capital E period. So you already know. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into thumbnail. This video is called 10 reasons, 10 signs you may be potentially dating a trash baby daddy. So let's get into it. So they're not in like a particular order, there's just things. So number 10, y'all. So when you meet a guy and he says that he has kids, maybe you asked him, maybe he volunteered the information, but it has been established that he has children. And when you continue to spend time with him, or however that goes, you end up at his place of residence. So this is his house, this is his apartment, this is his condo, this is where he lives. He's putting the key in that first initial time you're at his place, or as you continue to go over to his place, you see no evidence of children. So that means there's no shoes in a closet somewhere, or like in a corner. There's like no Legos, there's no sippy cups, plates, like little kitty forks and knives and plates and cups and things like that. You see like no evidence of kids. It's just like you can tell like a grown man lived there, because you see his shoes, his jackets, his belts, his suits, his Old Spice his Old Spice deodorant and body wash and stuff like that. But you don't see like, and that's also a way to know too, like when you go into the bathroom and he has like no child soap, because kids can't use, especially like younger kids, they can't use like Old Spice, Suave Men soap. They gotta use like a certain soap because their skin is a little more sensitive. But anyway, when you go in his bathroom, it's just no evidence. There's no rubby ducky, there's like no little washcloth, like there's nothing. And then when you ask him about this, it's like, oh well, my kids, they live in another state. They mama is crazy, took them to another state. But then as you continue to spend time with him, say you've been with him for, 6 months, and say the holidays rolled around and, birthdays rolled around and things like that, and he's still not spending time with these kids, like it's Christmas, he didn't spend, or the kids didn't come back into town and he didn't spend any time with them, that's a sign right there. That's a sign right there. The first sign is there's nothing in the house that resembles a kid is visiting there every week, every weekend, every other day. And then 2, as you continue to spend time with this person, as holidays come around, there's still no evidence of these kids. So that's something to kind of watch out for. Now, number 9, when a man says he does not want any kids, ladies, we have to, y'all have to listen to these men. I don't know, who made up, men you ain't gotta listen to, or whatever the case may be, but men are very smart creatures. They're very smart, very keen, and when they say that they don't want something, they say they don't want to get married, if they say they don't want to get married, that probably just means they don't want to marry you. But if they say they don't want to have kids, that can mean an array of things. That can mean like they paper not straight. That can mean they just don't want to have kids with you. That can mean, other things. But it means at that particular time and season, they don't want to have kids. And you have to listen to that. You trying to force a baby on a man is just going to be bad on you, because you will find yourself taking care of that kid without the emotional support. It's one thing to have financial support, but you need emotional support as well when raising kids. So if he says he does not want any, respect his wishes. Is that something that you want? Find somebody that want what you want. Don't try to force that on nobody. All right, number 8. If he's very materialistic. Now, I know we like to dress, we like to be fresh, we like to slay, we like to do what guy is spending like a lot of money on clothes, and you can definitely tell that this person is spending money on clothes. Here's the caveat. If he's very materialistic, but then when you look at his paperwork, you look at like where he lives, he's not living on, he's not handling his grown man business. Okay, what that means is he does not have no place to live, but he have like $2,000 worth of just feet apparel. That's just socks and shoes. $2,000. We're not even talking about going up to the neck and the pants, and we're not even talking about that. But he just has like $5,000, $10,000 worth of clothes on, but he has no place of his own to stay. He doesn't really have a car. He stay renting cars. That's a you know, it's a white flag. Like, okay, this person could be so materialistic, like where it's all about me, and you know, if I do have kids, I'm gonna come first. Whatever's left over be for the shorty. That's like a worth of clothes on, and then he has his own, you know, place. Disregard that. But if he has expensive clothing on and he has no place to stay or nothing stable or nothing of his own, that's a sign that you want to look out for. Because if a baby comes, it could be some selfishness where he's going to choose, okay, I'm going to buy these pants and get my hair cut. I understand shorty needs some Pampers, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get this for me. Number 7 is having a baby too young. Unfortunately, you have teen moms, but we talk a lot about teen mothers, and we don't talk enough about the boys having these kids as well, because usually if she's a teen mom, she's a minor and she's living with her parents, so that baby's going to be under the care mostly of the mom's parents and just in that situation. So as the two teen parents get older, they kind of like go like this as far as like relationships, just their paths and, you know, careers and things like that. They may not work together to, you know, for that child. It may be like the child's going to grow up in an environment like, well, you know, you go to dad house, you have mom house, you have grandma house, you know, so it's not a cohesive thing because they were young, you know. There's no judgment. I know people that have had kids as teenagers and they're very successful, they doing their thing, but unfortunately, I know a lot of teen moms who had children and the baby daddy wasn't, I don't want to say trash, but you know, they weren't the best they can be. And I know some deadbeats that were teen parents and the father was a deadbeat, and unfortunately it was because, you know, they were just too young, didn't really know themselves, and then as they grew into their own, it's like, well, I have, you know, my family now, so that was the past, that was this. And I see that a lot too, men who are teen fathers, they grow up, they have their own family over here, and then their first child's kind of like, you know, over here. But then you also have men who are teen fathers, and they keep up with their children, and they become great fathers. So me saying that a man having a baby too young is kind of like a 50-50 chance. He could keep up with your child and be the best father that he can be, and y'all raising this child, y'all co-parenting, raising in 2 separate households, or he could just grow up and then grow apart from you and your child. So it's really like a 50-50 chance, something that you would have to consider if you want to gamble that. Okay. Number 6, this is dealing with the ladies. So I put down, when you as a lady say that, oh, he has potential. So potential to me is like frozen meat in the freezer. You know the meat is in there, but you have to take it out, unthaw it, and then season it, cooking it, and prepare it for it to be served. Okay? And trying to get a man, trying to say like, oh, well, this man has potential, you don't really know because there's no evidence of what his potential have done. So you saying that he has potential and he has nothing to show for it, he has not done anything with that potential, again, you're taking a 50-50 chance. This person may not be what you expected. He just may not be that. Okay? Number 5, if he's a good time boy, y'all know those dudes, they be straight up just all fun. They love to have fun. When you go to the club with them, they buying bottles. It's You feel me? It's all of that. They love having fun. They know what's popping every week. They know where to go. They know who, what, where, when, why, who's this. They love to socialize. Just fun. When you with them, they're great. Boyfriend, they're, always taking you out on dates. They always doing this for you. They buy you this. They take you, But sometimes you have to kind of watch out for that, because a good boyfriend does not necessarily transfer over to being a good father. He can still be in a state where he wants to party all the time. He may want to party a lot, and he may want to do things and be fun, not be in a settled down kind of state, and be in the house and just be with one person to really build a life with. He may not want to do that. He just like as women, we have we have our moments where we want to just be in the club and we just want to club. You have men like that too. They want to be in the club. That's strip club, that's regular club, lounge, whatever. They just want to party. They want and then once they get a little older, get more mature, they see this is the same thing. I have a lot of broken relationships. I see the same people, different clothes. I'm tired of spending all this money. Then they will, want to settle down. But that's going to be a conversation he says to a young woman. He's going to say, I'm tired of the club. I don't want to do this no more. And then the young lady can say, well, I don't want to do it either. Then y'all can start to go forward. That goes back to listening to what a man is saying. You feel me? So a fun time boy, a good time boy, all of those stuff, he has to be mature enough to want to walk away from that. And then saying that you're pregnant, and he's like, well, I'm still having fun, I still want to go out. He'll choose going out instead of being at home with you. And this kind of leads me to number 4, his first reaction. You tell a dude, okay? You tell a man, I'm pregnant, and he like this. His first reaction is shock. When you are in a solid relationship with someone and you tell them, and it's a monogamous relationship, like you with him, he with you, y'all together, okay, when you tell him that you're pregnant, he should be like, oh, what? Oh, I'm having a baby, That's how his first reaction should be. It should not be like that. It should not be, I thought you was on the pill. It should not be like that. That is a huge sign that he could potentially be a deadbeat or a trash baby daddy. Period. Now, there's a caveat to that too. He could be in his feelings or whatnot for the 9 months, but still, as a pregnant woman, I just believe if you're pregnant, you have a seed inside of you, you have a soul inside of you, you should be stress free for that whole entire 9 months. If you have to be in the bed, if you choose to work, if you choose to just do light work, or if you choose to just be at home in your own environment, you should be able to choose that. He should be able to hold you down and just stress free. You should not have to call somebody constantly, say, well, yeah, I'm pregnant, this is your baby, and just all that drama, because the baby is soaking in all the drama, all the stress, all the anxiety, all the dysfunction before they even come out. So it's important that his reaction, now if his reaction is, bad or whatever, he could get over it, and then he could, be in the child life, this, that, and the other, but you take a chance with that as well. Number 3, if he offers to pay for an abortion. I've seen this before. I knew a girl who the guy his reaction was poor. His reaction was literally went into his pocket, peeled her off a couple of hundreds, and she was supposed to get abortion, and she did not get abortion. And then he ended up leaving the state because he had said, and I remember he had cursed her out in front of everybody and was like, I did not want this. I gave her money. Like, he was going around telling everybody he gave her money to get an abortion. She came back. It's not funny, but she had came back with Band-Aids and stuff. But she also came back with some other bags too. So she spent the money on clothes and stuff like that. And then dude ended up skipping, he skipped states on her. You know, I don't know what their current situation is as of today, but I mean, you pregnant by somebody and then like they skip town, I'm pretty sure that's not a good feeling. But if he offers to pay for abortion, he's telling you that he does not want to have a baby. So if you choose to have his baby, you're choosing that there's a very high percent chance that your child may be fatherless from his biological father. All right. So number 2, if you are in a rotation of females, as females, we're very smart cookies, and we know if a man has multiple women. If at first you don't know, as you continue to spend time with somebody, you will know if there's other females. So if you get pregnant, there is a high chance that he will not forsake all these other females just for you. Because he has all this kitty cat in his lap. So he may not choose just you and a child. You know, that's a chance. But if you're in a heavy rotation of females with a guy, is when his time is just always, he just don't have no time. You know, he can't really make no time. He don't have no time. Time is always an issue. And you know, as women, you know, we know if he has somebody else or what's going on over here. We can kind of pick up on that and know. So that can be one potential sign that you may be having trash. You may be dating somebody who can be a trash baby daddy, because we don't want that. We want to have strong families. We want to have a foundation for these kids to grow up. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I like to find jewels, and I also like to drop jewels, and I'm going to be doing more of these videos. Let me know what y'all think below. If y'all like this, if this is helpful, if it's something that you wish you would have known, I don't know, but please let me know. All right, y'all, so number one, my father told me a long time ago. He said, when you are dating, make sure you find out his background history as far as his relationship with his mother and his father. So number 1 is ask about how his relationship was with his father. Now, if his response is in anger, like that him, he ain't, if he's very aggressive, like clearly you can tell that there's some anger harboring here, harboring in the heart. Got my Ayana Van said, yeah, clearly, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has not broken the cycle yet. Okay, if he has a lot of anger towards his father, he himself have not. Clearly, because his father wasn't there. So clearly there's anger. So clearly he has not broken the cycle yet. You know, if a man has broken the cycle of fatherlessness is when you ask him that same question, how is your relationship with your father? And he responds, well, he was not there, but I forgave him, or I seen him years later and we had a conversation, or even though I don't know who he is, I know that I'm not going to be like him. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear, even though he was XYZ, I'm not going to be like him. That's what you need to hear from a man, to know that he broke that cycle of fatherlessness, and that he's not going to be like that, and he's going to be way more to his kids than what his father was to his kids. That's very, very, very important, ladies. Very important. You have to know that. I'm not shaming people who did not grow up with mothers or fathers, or what the case may be. But childhood trauma can follow us into adulthood and make us make bad decisions. But if you are a person who can let things go, you can see it for what it is, you can let it go and then move forward, you're on the track to breaking certain cycles. Okay? I like to do, solutions. I don't want to make it seem like, I'm just like barking or, judging anything like that. But if you are a person who have maybe didn't follow the signs, like you knew deep down in your heart, you knew in your gut feeling like this was not the right person, the best thing to do is just don't beat yourself up over it. You just pick yourself up and you move on, and then try not to make those mistakes again. That's what you do. You realize where you went wrong at, and then you just do not make those mistakes again. But if you are a young lady or you are a lady who does not have kids, definitely look out for these signs, because the last thing we need is, bitter women. A lot of bitterness from women come from trash baby daddies. That's just, and I'm not blaming solely the men. I'm blaming men and women, because you are responsible for your choices. But bitter women come from these type of relationships. So I just wanted to put this out there. I hope that this has helped you. If so, please comment below. Let me know. Let me know any other signs that maybe you have went through that you would not go through, that you would tell somebody else, because it's all about just sharing knowledge so we can all be better people. So I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. Thank you, and goodbye.